So where do I begin here? I had to let go of an employee very recently, just a few days ago. So, as you know, I opened up a second location in the downtown Los Angeles area. My original location was doing extremely well. I was probably writing about $40,000 a month plus, which is good for an owner operator. You know, it covers my expenses. I get some extra spending cash. It made enough to afford to try and open up a second location. I did take some subsequent loans because the person who I hired, and this is always very important, trying to find a good person. Person I hired to run my other store bragged about how he was a top seller, was writing these huge numbers at his previous place of employment, which was a mattress store here in downtown Los Angeles. Sorry, here in Los Angeles. So his first month, first 30 days, keep in mind, me myself write $40,000 a month in that location. He wrote $10,000. The second month, he wrote $7,000 in business, not even enough to cover the rent of the place. And keep in mind, I'm also paying him his salary, which is about $4,000 a month, and I'm advertising $3,000 a month for that place. So I figure that it's probably he's not maybe gelling with the customers because it's very, very blue collar. A lot of customers speak Spanish. He doesn't speak Spanish. I speak Spanish. So I bring him to my downtown location, which is going like gangbusters. It's doing very well. In 30 days of business, he wrote $10,000. I say, look, you have to step up your game. And first 10 days of November, I go back to the original store. I had kept it closed for a couple of weeks while I showed him the ropes over here. My first 10 days there, I wrote $11,000 in business. On pace to hit about 35 or so, probably 40 to 50 with Black Friday coming up. In those 10 days, he wrote $2,000 in business. He had, first weekend here, he had 7 customers come in. Didn't sell a single mattress. And what really upset me was that one of the customers drove 1 hour away to specifically come to this location because we carried all of the mattresses that this person wanted to check out. Person didn't buy. And my sales associate said, oh, they're all tire kickers. And I had to refrain from blowing up. You don't drive an hour to not buy anything. It's a long drive from where this person came from. So that is an update that I wanted to give to everyone. I have temporarily closed my first location while still having to cover the rent. I will hopefully be bringing in someone else to the downtown location who can perform quite a bit better, because in that 3-month time span, or almost 4 months, I personally wrote almost $100,000 in business, and this person wrote, about 30,000, 32,000. And keep in mind, I took about 3 weeks off from working, so you have to be careful who you hire. This person came highly recommended from other people in the industry. So I'm like, great. And it really screwed me up to the point where by hiring the wrong employee, I literally lost about $30,000. Yeah, I lost about $30,000. I'm talking about the rent I had to pay over there, his salary, and the thousands of dollars I was advertising. So, right now I'm in the process of trying to find someone else who can perform better. Literally the worst salesperson I have ever seen. or worked with in my entire lifetime. And then I found out why he was doing so well. Why he came in so confident and said, oh, I write this much business. There was a wildfire here in Los Angeles about 9 months ago. This person was just an order taker. So people were literally coming in to the mattress store that he was working at to buy mattresses because they had to buy a mattress. And that was like one of the prominent stores in that area that survived the fires. And yeah, so I'm very disappointed in how things turned out. I'm disappointed that I have to temporarily close my other location until I can find someone to work here full time while I go back over there and run it, which I personally do not want to do because I literally moved 2 blocks away from my current store. It's a 10-minute walk. So now I have to drive 45 miles to the other location to run that 7 days a week. But as a business owner, you do what you have to do. So anyway, I just wanted to post up, recent events that happened to me here at my company, and just be careful who you hire. And even if they get the strongest of recommendations, it may not work out for you. Has anyone else here experienced having a bad employee? Now, keep in mind, great. He showed up for the most part on time, and he took care of business. He just wasn't selling. But has anyone ever dealt with someone or had someone that worked for them that just didn't pan out? If you did, please leave your comments below. I'd love to read how you dealt with it. And I'm just very, very disappointed. That's it.